Something embarrassing just happened in Nigeria. There was a cake picnic in Nigeria, and this cake picnic was embarrassing and so chaotic. And there was also a cake picnic in London. It was well organized. There was also a cake picnic in Ghana. It was well organized. This cake picnic in Lagos, I think Abuja, Nigeria, totally showed the level of hunger and poverty that is in Nigeria. I don't know why human beings would behave like this in a cake picnic. You could literally see the way these people were literally rushing the cakes like an hungry lion. I'm gonna be sharing the video here for you guys to watch. No wonder a lot of people call Nigeria the zoo republic, because most of these people behave like animals. I'm sorry to say, but actually they behave like animals and uncultured people. These are the videos of what happened during the cake picnic in Nigeria. Later I'm going to be showing you that of London and that of Ghana. Please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe.
That cake festival thing just made me feel sad. Like, instead of me being angry and mad at Nigerians, I just felt very, very sad, because the level of poverty that you'd experience, that Nigerians have been experiencing for centuries and ages, that strip away the humanity from them. Like, most Nigerians are not operating like normal human beings. They're operating on survival mode, especially in Lagos. I'm very sure the people that like participated in it now, they'll probably feel proud of themselves, like, oh, they're able to get the most cake. But it's just so sad to see that you don't even know how human beings are meant to operate without having to think of what you're getting out of it, or what you're going to gain, or how you're going to outsmart people. Like, it's just very, very sad. Like, that animalistic behavior, that animalistic mentality, and they keep us in that animalistic mentality on purpose, because they know if we operate like human beings and we think like human beings, we'll see how unfair and how livid most things are. Because the more we can afford basic amenities, the more we live on survival mode, and the more we live on survival mode, the more we can think and calm down and really realize how damaged our society is, and how the system is not benefiting all at all. It's just made to only benefit the top 1% that are gaining from capitalism. So it's just very, very sad to see, and I feel very, very bad for most Lagosians and Nigerians are not even able to live and exist without thinking of survival first, without that being their priority. I feel very, very sad for most people like that.
My video from the London cake picnic has been popping off, and I've been getting a lot of questions like this about the Nigeria cake picnic, and I just didn't know what they were talking about. Have you seen the video? Watch this. It's freaking chaos. The cake picnic is meant to be this very civilized affair where people go up in time slots with a knife and they cut a little slice and then they go and sit down again. That lady, she just poured the whole plate of cake into her box. It's hysterical. Oh my god, I love it so much. Let me show you what the London cake picnic actually looked like. This is the arrival. Look at all the cakes on a beautiful white blanket, and the knives are there, and the cakes are looking perfect, and everyone is sort of standing around admiring the cake. And then after about half an hour, we were given pizza boxes, and we were put into time slots, and we got to walk around the table, cutting a slice of any cake we want. Look at that, it's so polite. She's using a cake knife, and she's putting it neatly in her box. You can see it's so civilized. Honestly, next year, I think I'm going to Nigeria.
Oh, Jesus. What a struggle. The suffer is real.
Kindly hold my hand while I say this uncomfortable truth that all of us know is true, but we get offended when we are reminded. Hold my hand. The average Nigerian is a bad person. The average Nigerian will cheat his or her neighbor if there is no consequence. The average Nigerian is not a good person. Not all, but the average Nigerian. Some months back, I did a video talking about the cake picnic in Nigeria. You know, that it would be nice. I was reacting to a video abroad where some Wimbos did a cake picnic where, you know, bakers in the area, the best bakers, they will come together, they will bring their cakes, all the bakers will go around tasting the cake. It's a fun thing to do. If you remember, I did a cake picnic and I said it would be nice if we did it in Nigeria, that I don't mind doing it. I just said it randomly, and some brands reached out to me and said, oh, they will support me. One location in Lekki reached out. People said they were willing to drop money, like all the money that they said all together, it was close to 20 million naira that they said. But one thing people don't know about me is that, wow, I love attention online, and I like the internet, and I love Nigerians online. In real life, I don't like human beings. That's why if you notice in my videos, I'm always alone. I rarely do group whatever. I don't like human beings. I genuinely don't like human beings. I don't like to interact with Nigerians in person. So I told all of them that, oh no, I'm not doing the event. And they were shocked that, but we offered money. And I told them money is not my driving force. That if money was my driving force, I won't be talking the way I talk. Now you can't use money to this. And I politely declined that. I was just catching close in the video that I don't anything that has to do with events, no matter the amount you offer me, as far as it is in Nigeria, I will always decline. So I told them, you know what you do? You guys organize the event, do all the stress. After doing all the stress, I can influence. But for me to organize the event, no matter, and I know the average Nigerian that takes from a place of lack will never understand this, but no matter the amount you offer me to do an event where I must be the one organizing it, the answer would always be no. Same way I said it before, that if me and Dangote do a meeting and Dangote comes late, I'll leave. People are saying, Kini, but that's by the way. Now, let me talk this too much. Let me show you why I said I don't like human beings and I don't like Nigeria. The cake events happened in Nigeria, and this is how we went down.
All the time, I'm grateful all the time. I'm sexy and I'm kind. I'm pretty when I cry.
People organized it. Other countries, they've done their own. Other countries, in every video I've seen of other countries doing cake events, it will make you want to do your own. I think Ghana has done it once, I think. Like, I swear I've seen Ghana do theirs, and it was smooth, it was normal. The white people's own, they were, showing cakes, and then we reach Nigeria, turn them. Whose fault is it? You spoiled it. Whose fault is it? Is it Tinubu's? Whose fault is it? Is it Tinubu's fault? When I say this with my full chest, thank God I have no political aspirations. The average Nigerian is a bad person. And if they will not catch you, if the consequences will not be there, the average Nigerian, if given a chance, will cheat their neighbor.
So the Lagos Cake Fest, where do we begin? Wow, so this thing just highlights kind of one of the things that I've observed since moving to Nigeria about 9 months ago. And this is the fact that the social contracts that govern a functioning society do not apply, do not work here in Nigeria, period. And there are many examples of this. When you look at, for instance, just standing in a simple queue, a line. When you look at traffic, people driving down one ways, people, cutting lights, boom. And even something that, is a small thing, but is my biggest pet peeve is when people, are just talking in a movie theater. This happens so much. You go to a cinema, and a social contract, says that, okay, when we're in the movie theater, you shh, and if you're going to say something, whisper. No, not in Lagos. People will have full-on conversations in the middle of a movie. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I'm the type of, I'll say something, I'll call it out. But the thing is, those social contracts are in place because we as a society agree that I respect you and you respect me. And because there are so many of us, we need to adhere to these contracts in order for society to function. But as we saw from the Lagos cake event, no. But whose fault was it, right? Whose fault was it? People say, oh, blame the organizers. It's not just the organizers. We can't blame everything on the leadership and organizations and management. After a certain while, we need to take accountability for the fact that this type of behavior is embedded in the fabric of society here. And why is that? It's because there's no accountability and there are no consequences. And this brings me to my next point. The social contracts are one thing, right? But then there's no regard for law and order here because there is no accountability. There are no consequences, very, very little consequences to breaking the law or breaking, those social contracts, right? Why? Because police are severely, severely underpaid here in Nigeria. Honestly, we need to increase the pay of police officers because they enforce the law. But without adequate pay, there is no incentive to enforce the law, right? So people just get away with doing things because they know there are no consequences. So what we witnessed at the Lagos cake, cake fest or cake picnic or whatever it was, the symptom of a problem that's deeply, deeply embedded here in the fabric of Nigeria and really, frankly, won't change until we start, holding people accountable at, the government level, but also at the social, contract level. It's not always about government enforcing. It's about also we, holding each other accountable. And that just doesn't happen here in Nigeria.
This Lagos cake picnic is the craziest thing I've seen in my life. And people are saying, oh, compare this to the London, compare this to this one. Shut up, get me in on the action. That is my type of cake picnic. No utensil, no fucks given. Straight in there with your hands. Get me to a Lagos cake picnic right now.
Are you guys that hungry? A picnic disaster that had itself occurred on the 2nd of August 2025. Now, this cake maker got this good idea of bringing people together to have like a taste of cakes from different vendors, like a kind of picnic stuff. And this time they choose it to be like a cake. I saw this inspo on this TikTok and I guess maybe that was what she was trying to do. But it all turns out that people that actually came for that picnic.
Cake picnic 2025.
Girls are singing when they see a baby. You see, girl, they don't like it. Pressure them, baby. But I'm a party. You find no confetti. But I guess I get jealousy. It's a life with a vanity. But now you gon' be my vanity. Yeah, cause you sweet. But y'all they don't like it. When you gon' need my key, when you come to my.
Yes, yes, oh my, your towers, yo. Your towers, sing yes, 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 oh my, your towers.
I'll do anything to pull you into the light. Cause everything will change when you
Guys, this is actually the most embarrassing video I've ever seen on the internet. Even the Americans are discussing about the Nigerian Lagos cake picnic and that of Abuja. Even Ghana is talking about the Nigerian Lagos cake picnic. It was so chaotic, like everything was just unorganized. Everybody was rushing the cake as if their life depends on the cake, as if they are coming from a poverty-stricken home. Like, this is one of the most embarrassing videos I've ever seen on the internet, like in Nigeria. Why is it that Nigerians are always bent on disgracing us? Like, any given opportunity, they would always disgrace us. A cake picnic is something you take a cake, you go back to your seats, you test the cake. It is not something you pack all the cakes like you want to go give your family members at home. Guys, this cake picnic, it's a no-no for me. You guys saw how organized the London cake picnic was and that of the Ghana cake picnic. It was well organized. There was no problem. Everything went smoothly. There was no rushing of the cakes. But when it comes to Nigerian time, it was totally different. Guys, this is actually embarrassing to say or to watch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe.